I grew up in a smaller town in Georgia called Loganville. The town was small enough that there really wasn't anything to do to pass the time, so I found myself playing video games a lot. When I first played the alpha of Rocket League, I decided the game was trash, and I said I'm never gonna play this game again. So some time passed and it was going into beta. I was just playing the beta for fun. I honestly didn't even put two and two together that I'd played the game like 6 months prior. I think the moment that I was hooked was the day that Rocket League was released. I couldn't get enough of it. I was playing at least 7-8 hours a day, just playing whenever I could. My girlfriend, Casey, at first she thought that it was just wasted time putting as much time into a video game as I was. I met Casey in a 6th grade history class where we were having a debate. She had to be the great President JFK and I was Fidel Castro. 3 months ago, we moved out to Ackworth, Georgia. Ackworth is a little bit bigger than where I grew up with my parents, but it's still quite the small town. Now that I'm living away with Casey, we visit my parents a lot because family is important to us. My parents have been supportive of RLCS ever since Season 1. I think the biggest moment that changed me into a more competitive player was when I get just a random Steam message from Fireburner and he says like, hey, we might have a spot opening up, we'd love to try you out. Fireburner ended up picking me up on Kings of Urban. It was a great feeling going from playing in weekly ESL tournaments and finally going into the biggest tournament that Rocket League has ever had. Going into the finals, we were the #1 seed coming in from North America online, and this was the first live finals for Rocket League. When we lost, we knew we were gonna stick together, try to figure things out, what went wrong, and like what we could do better. So before Season 2 starts, myself, Fireburner, and Sad Jr. found out we were gonna be picked up by NRG and our morale couldn't be higher. We go into the online finals as 2nd seed, and we end up in the finals against Orbit, and we were able to take it from them.
4-0 for NRG.
So once again, we're going into the RLCS finals. Live event is the #1 seed in North America.
Jacob puts another one in there.
We didn't come in dead last like the first time, but 5th place definitely did not feel good.
And that is going to be us saying goodbye to NRG.
So after 2 seasons of not doing so well in live events, I wanted to be able to prove to everyone that I wasn't just going to be someone who could only play online. So Season 3 comes around. The team is now myself, Fireburner, and Garrett G, and we're still playing under NRG. Going into the season, Garrett was thought to be one of the best players. No one's ever gonna forget what I said about Garrett in Season 3. I love Garrett G. He's f***ing insane. He'll never let me live it down. The highlight of the Season 3 LAN was our 2nd match. We were playing Flipside Tactics. The series went on to Game 5 and we were able to barely edge it out over them. The feeling was ecstatic to finally get revenge on the team that's knocked me out 2 other times. Even though we couldn't make it to the grand finals in this event, we kind of realized like we could take on any other team. When I play, I'll change around between different cars, usually the Octane, the Breakout, the Dominus. There's not really too much strategy behind it, like trying to fake out my opponents or anything, it's just how I'm feeling. Being a pro gamer isn't as simple as like everyone thinks that it is. But when I lose, I don't get mad. I don't take myself too seriously. You can't change the past. I'd rather move on and try to fix the future. That sounds decent, I don't know. That's all I got, that's all you're getting.